Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. Trimming trailing spaces in Java is a common task when dealing with strings, especially when processing user input or formatting data. In Java, you can use the string class's method trim to remove any leading and trailing whitespace from a string. However, trim removes both leading and trailing spaces. If you specifically want to remove only trailing spaces, you can use a combination of methods. Tutorial on trimming trailing spaces in Java. Understanding whitespace in Java strings. Whitespace characters include spaces, tabs, and newlines. You might want to remove trailing spaces to ensure that strings are formatted correctly or to prevent errors in processing data. Using trim method. The trim method is the simplest way to remove both leading and trailing whitespace. However, if you only want to remove trailing spaces, you'll need to use other methods. Removing trailing spaces. To specifically remove only trailing spaces, you can use the substring method in combination with length and last index of. Code example. Here's an example that demonstrates how to remove trailing spaces from a string in Java. Explanation of the code. One original string, we start with a string that has trailing spaces. To trim trailing spaces method, this method takes a string as input and checks if it is null. If it is not null, it proceeds to find the last index of a non-space character by iterating backward through the string. 3 last non-space character, the while loop continues until it finds a character that is not a space. 4 substring. Finally, we return a substring from the start of the string to the last non-space character index +1. 5 output, the program prints both the original and trimmed strings. Output. When you run the above code, you will see the following output. Conclusion. In this tutorial, you learned how to remove trailing spaces from a string in Java using a custom method. While the trim method is useful for removing both leading and trailing spaces, the approach shown here focuses specifically on trailing spaces, which can be beneficial for various applications in data processing or formatting.